Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. Today on the program, it's the most wonderful time of the year. But is it also the season to be lonely? Also, how do you respond to your titas and answer the usual questions? And cheers to the new year and to the new you. She Talks host and Dr. Gia Sison joins us live.
Join me and let's talk about it.
And later, who is Canada's most famous citizen? That's for today's In Focus.
This program is brought to you by Bank of Commerce, an affiliate of San Miguel Corporation.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Pinky Webb. They say it is the season to be happy, but for some, this is also the season to be lonely and sad. What contributes to the so-called seasonal affective disorder or SAD? Also, do you dread the awkward probing from the titas during family reunions? We show you how to dodge or respond to the Inquisition. And here we go again with New Year's resolutions. Is it time to junk the practice? Let's go straight to the source of the story. G Talks host and Dr. Gia Sison. Finally, she's on the show. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Pinky, and Happy New Year to our viewers.
How are you?
I'm good.
Are you happy?
Oh,
Diba,
yeah.
it is a season to be jolly, happy.
Yeah, I'm happy and tamad lang.
No? Because everyone's on vacation mode. Yeah, but we're here. It's a very interesting topic because we were talking about Christmas and New Year and how we're all supposed to be happy. But there's a flip side to this. The flip side is, meron ding mga tao na malungkot sila during the season.
Yes.
Why?
We have this, under depression, it's categorized, it's called Seasonal Affective Disorder. So, why seasonal? Because it occurs in, we don't have fall here. So, most of the time, rainy season yan. And then, pagpa-enter na ng winter season, which coincides with Christmas. Now, these are individuals na pag sumapit yon, they already have symptoms of extreme loneliness. They can't eat. They can't even pull themselves up from bed. Talagang hirap na hirap sila. They want to isolate themselves, and they keep sleeping just so the day is over. So it's really and they get anxious, and they can't even eat. So when you look at the symptoms of SAD and depression, they're basically the same.
Parang nga eh.
Yes. But may season lang talaga to.
So, but why that season? Kasi it's called SAD or SAD. So we're distinguishing to our viewers, merong SAD na malungkot at merong SAD na seasonal affective disorder. Why does it happen during that hour time? Pag sa iba, so from fall to winter, or from us, from rainy to the Christmas season. Why?
Yes. Because the lack of light can contribute to it. Because the lack of light does not stimulate the happy hormones. So that's called melatonin, that controls our mood. So one of the treatments we give for SAD is light therapy, where they actually expose themselves to bright light so that in that way, melatonin is stimulated, and then you start to feel, parang medyo good, aside from the other modalities.
So light, any kind of light, like even the light here in the studio, ganyan,
any kind of light.
Or a light bulb, any light in the house will do.
Yes.
But how do you distinguish, though, from being sad, malungkot, to being afflicted with SAD or the seasonal affective disorder? Well, how can you tell?
Being sad naman kasi is a normal mood that we have. Not all days are okay eh. But being sad kasi, kunyari I'm sad, then I get exposed to something that makes me happy. Example, you give me ice cream. Somehow, I get this feeling na, okay, happy na ako.
Natatanggal yung sad?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a fleeting emotion. But if your sadness persists for like more than 2 weeks, and it debilitates you already, the quality of your life goes down, then that may be a sign of depression.
So you said that one factor here is the lack of light, yung
Yes.
ilaw or araw. What else? Are there any other factors that can contribute to one being afflicted with SAD or the seasonal affective disorder?
There's a risk if you already have a family history of major depression. That's why it pays to know your family history, because at least you already know where you are. But it's not that you're gonna make it panguna, but you just know at least you have a risk factor. Yeah. But mostly it's really the lack of light. And of course, we cannot disregard also individuals who have undergone post-traumatic events during Christmas. Example, losing a loved one. It happened Christmas. So pagka Christmas happens, they will always recall it. So,
Doc Gia, what about for people who are sad, possibly? Okay, tanggalin ko yung traumatic experience, nawalan ka ng mahal sa buhay during Christmas. But what if yung sinasabi ng mga tao, malamig ba ang Pasko mo, yung malungkot ka because it's supposed to be a happy time of the year, and yet, let's say you don't have a boy, you don't have a partner, you don't have a girlfriend, you don't have a boyfriend, nagiging malungkot. Can that be a cause of seasonal affective disorder, or is that just being sad or malungkot?
that's being malungkot lang.
Okay, so iba
Yeah,
yon.
Iba yon. It's different. The condition of SAD goes more than that. It goes beyond it, to the point that you can't even think straight.
I see.
You lack perspective. So that's not like, that's
Do we have
another side.
statistics of how many people are actually afflicted with a seasonal affective disorder?
I don't have statistics for now. All I know, it's more prevalent in females though than men. Yes.
Because
Probably because females have like jerky hormones, and men are not so, they don't talk about it so much. But nowadays, wala na rin pinipili ang depression and SAD. So I guess I'd end this with it being equal nowadays.
no? Okay, and I guess you said there were two things, well, some of the factors you said that you should watch out for. Pag medyo 2 weeks na siya at medyo debilitating na
Yes.
yung karanasan mo.
Yes.
Yun medyo, what do you do? What should one do? Go see a psychologist or a psychiatrist?
Yes, go seek professional support. So we have a lot of sources there that can even offer them for free. A psychologist, a psychiatrist, or if you want, if you're not yet ready, you can talk to a friend. What's important is you voice out what you feel, kasi voicing out and venting is already therapy in itself.
What other methods can be used to kind of like overcome this on your own? Talk to your friends, talk to your family, get a life coach or a doctor.
Yeah, and then get a light box. Or you may want to do journaling.
Yeah.
Write the things you love and then just post it on your wall so that when you see it, parang it gives you this subconscious happiness.
I see. But Doc, is it also because everyone is supposed to be happy during the holiday season, tapos does that make you more sad because maybe you don't seem to have this perfect life right now?
Well, yeah, it contributes. When you talk to people with actual diagnosed SAD, that contributes to their feelings. Kasi others have family, others have Noche Buena. You know naman us in Philippines, parang it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But we always tell them that when you're ready, that's when you socialize. So you don't force individuals who really don't want to.
So Doc Gia, SAD is like a subcategory of
depression. Yes.
All right. So let's move on to the next phase, which we are going to call Tito and Tita episode. So ito ay medyo masaya to kasi pag nagre-reunion, malaking pamilya, ano ba mga hindi dapat sabihin ng mga tito and tita?
So, public service announcement to Pinky. So, sa mga tito and tita, if you don't have anything good to say, shut up na lang kayo. No? Isa doon yung mga weight. Number one, that really
Ano ba yung normally
irks people
sinasabi nila?
na, uy, parang hiyang ka. That means tumataba ka. Parang happy ka sa buhay mo, ganon. Dinadaanan nila doon. And I know that may mga subliminal meanings yan. Or number two, single ka. And then,
Yun muna, yung
ayan,
una mo sinabi.
uy, parang yan ka sa work. Uy, parang healthy looking ka ngayon. If that's what they tell you, walk away ka na lang. Kasi, stop body shaming, tita.
Okay.
Stop body shaming, tito. So anyway,
But they probably obviously don't get it. That it's not, they don't mean to insult you.
yes.
Diba?
Some don't, but I have to admit some they make it sadya talaga.
I see.
But you tell them na lang na ongoing ho yung ongoing aerobics ko. Aerobics ka.
Uso pa ba aerobics?
Ongoing na aerobics ko, so I'm doing something about it na.
Okay.
And then there's this factor pa na may hirit if you're an undergrad tapos you're taking med school, law school, whatever. Oh, kailan ka mag-graduate? Oh, ano magiging ka pagtaki mo? Kung confused ka. Then nalito ka lalo. So, parang, what the hell? Tapos, andyan na yung mga bagong kasal. Bagong kasal.
Okay. Kailan kayo?
Papasok si newlyweds. Sasabihin ni tito, tita, wala pa bang laman yan? Hindi ba? Parang, what the hell? What are you saying? Parang, we're happy to get, ayan, yung mga sagot niya, we're enjoying each other's company. Yeah, we want to build, kami muna. We want to build our lives together. Yung mga ganun ba? So,
Pero hindi ba, Doc, nakasanayan na natin yan mula sa ating mga, our parents, our parents' parents, yan yung mga normal hirit during family reunions.
Yeah.
Does that mean na parang tabu na siya ngayon? Hindi na dapat sinasabi yung mga yan ngayon?
well, it's not that it's taboo, but I think it's more of be careful talaga because words can really hurt. If you want, unahan mo na rin sila. Na, uy, tita, tumaba ako Pagharap pagpunta mo doon. Hindi ka napapansin yan. Parang ganon.
Enjoy ako sa work ko ngayon.
Enjoy ako sa work ngayon. Tumataba ako. Pagdating ko dyan, huwag na kayo magsalita. Yung parang, i-warn mo na sila. So ganon. It's
But,
like,
hindi, Doc Gia, nakakasakit ba talaga ng tao yan?
oo, yeah. You know what? Honestly, when someone tells me that, my insecurity level, bumababa yun ng 50%.
Talaga?
Like, even if I'm exercising, I'm doing something about it, still, parang body shaming is real. Pero for me, hindi naman yan basehan Tapos pag sumagot ka naman, sasabihin pikon. So, smile na lang, smile, then walk away. Pumunta ka sa lechon.
Kumain ka ng lechon?
I don't care, mga ganon.
But does that work for everyone? Let's say somebody says that to you and you were admitting that your level of insecurity goes up by 50%, ano?
Yeah.
Mas nai-insecure ka.
Yeah, mas pala, oo.
Pero may mga ibang tao naman na ako ako matatawa ako pag sinabi sa akin yun kasi baka totoo. Alam mo, meron bang ganon? Depende kasi din sa tao.
Depende sa tao yan. Depende yun. But to be safe, parang careful ka na lang on what you say.
Okay. What about singles? Kapag nagkita ang mga singles sa mga tito and tita sa reunion?
Asan na si Blank? Kala ko pa naman kayo na. Ano nangyari? Pag ganyan ang sinabi ni tito or tita, sabihin mo, my happiness doesn't depend on
Anybody else?
Yeah, happiness is me. Tapos, walk away. Kaya yung walk away na yan, dapat mag-walk away ka, may mga words of wisdom ka.
Meron ka na nakabaon.
Para nakastick na yun sa mind ni tito at tita.
Para pag may sabihin sila na hindi masyado maganda para sa'yo, may sagot ka.
Of course.
May pambawi ka.
Yes.
All right, we'll be taking a short break. This is The Source on CNN Philippines still to come. New year, new you. How can you make 2019 more special? Dr. Gia Sison will still be with us after the break. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Our guest today, Dr. Gia Sison. Meron pa dun sa Tito and Tita episode natin. Balik natin si Tito and Tita episode. Papaano kapag, sabi mo nung isa single?
Yung single.
Papaano kapag sinabi naman, pag meron ka na
Pag kayo na.
Pag kayo na. Pero hindi ka pa kinakasal.
Ayun. May date na ba? Ganon.
Tapos nape-pressure yung tao.
So, nape-pressure. I've had friends na hinirita ng gano'n ng family. Ayan, hindi na sumama sa reunion. Na-pressure dun sa getting married just because
Totoo yan.
they've been together for X number of years. And for me, getting married has nothing to do with the number of years you're together.
Yeah.
You may be
True.
together for 8 years, pero hindi naman talaga yun ang destiny mo.
Yeah.
So, yun yung mga hirit na yun. So, again, yan yung hirit. Like, flashed on your screens. We're enjoying po muna each other's company. No rush po. Then, walk away. Go
Paano
to
pag
the
sinabi
buffet.
ni tita, punta ka na ulit sa lechon.
buffet.
Paano pag sinabi ni tita na, 8 years na kayo magkasama?
Oh, tita, wala po sa
Wala po
number of years ang love. Ganon.
We just want to enjoy ourselves.
Yes.
One netizen, Jennifer Fausto, says in our FB Live, I'm doing the right thing when I get the remarks, ang taba mo, I say, madami akong pambili ng food than layas.
Oo.
Mayaman ako.
Oh, mayaman kasi ako, kaya pwede ako kumain. I own a
Pwede
food
yun.
chain. Ganon.
Pwede yan. Yung mga ganon, siguro just make it really fun for yourself. I mean, ako naman kasi, siguro I try not to be, I'm sure I do get insulted, but I try not to get insulted myself. Kasi, but to each his own.
To each his own.
Yeah, iba naman ang makeup ko dun sa pagkatao mo, yung pagkatao ko, pagkatao ng ibang tao. All right. And then, of course, when it's the new year, which is coming up, there are New Year resolutions for the new you.
New you.
Ano ba yan? Does that really work, Doc Gia?
Me, kasi I don't believe in resolutions.
Really?
Yeah. I just believe that if you want something, do it na now. Like going back to the gym. Sabi ko, why wait January when I can go back now? So I did it. And it felt good. So, it's more of siguro, I'd term it as goals.
Goals?
Yes.
Okay.
You need to set some goals for you. Like pursuing what makes you happy this time. Kasi kung last year mo, puro iba yung iniisip mo, why not try this time, ikaw naman? And then set realistic goals.
Such as, what do you mean, ikaw naman?
Like,
You remember how they always say that, you know, you need to love yourself first and foremost. Maraming siguro nagsasabi, paano ba yon? Kasi you can border on being selfish naman. Pag sinabing, love myself first eh. Paano yon?
that can be a goal.
Okay.
I'm gonna practice self-care. But I'm not going to be selfish at the same time. Kasi nga, how will you care about others if you don't care about yourself? It doesn't make sense eh. Sobrang love mo yung friends mo, pero ikaw, the way you talk to yourself is like wild. Like, I'm so ugly, I can't finish. Mga ganon. So I think step one in being a new you is start practicing self-care. It all starts with you. And then whatever self-care you want, physical, emotional, career, studies, do that.
Meron bang danger doon, Doc Gia, that you might become a selfish person? Kasi hindi mo na alam how baka over ka na in self-care and self-love. Is there such a thing?
Yes. Ano naman eh, di ba? There's this saying, anything in excess is not good. Kung excessive naman ng self-care mo na etsyepwera mo na yung mga loved ones mo, that's selfishness.
Okay.
But, just practice moderate self-care.
Does that mean prioritizing yourself first before others? Ganun ba yun?
Well, it depends. For me, when it comes to my career, what I want comes first. In this episode of G Talks, kasi I talked about this deaf frog.
Okay.
He won this marathon kasi hindi siya nakinig sa mga, kasi bingi nga siya. So I think that's where problems start eh. When you start listening to others, na nawawala na yung gusto mo.
Yeah.
And you loosely veer away from the real you. So just be yourself. 2 questions. What's gonna make you happy? What it's gonna take for you to achieve that goal?
But there is, of course, constructive criticism.
Yes.
I mean, it's also good to kind of
Yes.
listen to maybe you're doing something in excess
Yes.
without really you knowing it, because
Yes.
sometimes you don't see who you are and how you're acting and what you're doing
True.
unless, you know, it's mirrored sa ibang tao.
That's true.
Okay. All right, let's talk about 2019. Tips from you for 2019. What suggestion do you have to everyone?
For me, have a happy 2019. And when I say happy, read that on the screens. So get rid
Alam
of
mo,
the...
that's very important, ha? Please tell us about that, Doc Gia.
So, toxins kasi, they're just not body toxins. Toxins are also people. So, just remember, negativity drains, but positivity gains. I think the most important mindset we all should have is, no matter what happens, it's meant to be, and this is for the good. It's really a matter of perspective also. So, the way you see, or change your attitude, change your perspective, better you.
Yeah, they say that you can't change anybody else. The only person you can change is yourself.
Yes, that's true.
So, ibig sabihin, kailangan mo na lang ayusin, palitan yung sarili mo.
That's right. And paano mo siya titingnan? Will you see it as a defeat? Or will you see it as something like an opportunity to do better?
Yeah.
Parang ganun lang yan.
So, I want you to say that again. Negativity drains,
Negativity drains, positivity gains.
gains. Okay, don't forget that. Ano pa kaya for the 2019? I know you're saying that you don't believe in. You are right though. Why begin during the start of the new year when every day is a new day?
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
Diba ganun naman yun eh. So, but what else? What else should we think about toxins? Sabi mo, kind of like tanggalin mo sila sa buhay mo because they're not just substances, they're also people and events and situations.
Yes.
What else?
And it pays to have an advocacy. Example, like if you are for the mental health advocacy, it pays to also like, engage in an advocacy that would help improve you. And that's also one way of meeting people, changing your perspective, because and pala, don't forget to see your doctors kasi health is wealth.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, meron pang tips from your Twitter account that we'd like to show from Doc Gia's Twitter account. Ayun, health is wealth na nga. I may have learned this the hardcore way, sabi nga ni Doc Gia. But no regrets in my journey. I think that's the best thing when you actually say that in spite of the challenges or the pain, you don't regret the journey.
Yeah, I'll forever hate cancer, but I'll forever love the lessons it taught me.
What's the biggest lesson you learned from it?
Gratitude.
For being alive?
For being alive, for people who care for me, and for finally saying no to all events that led me to like fatigue na pala ako. It's
What,
all
because
about
you were trying to
gratitude.
please people, trying to
Yeah.
please everybody?
Yes. I'm a people pleaser kasi. Then after cancer, I already said to myself that ako lang magsasuffer sa end eh. So, there's always a limit. So, I have to know my limits and I also have to learn to say no to circumstances that won't even make me grow.
It's also about balance, no, Dr.
Yes,
Gia? You
it's
need to have
balance.
that. I don't know if there's a perfect balance because we're always going to seek that. But there has to be some sort of balance in your life. Because maraming ganyan na people, you want people to appreciate you, so you keep saying yes, 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 kahit pagod na pagod ka na or ayaw mong gawin.
That's true. In work, I have this colleague, nag-a-alarm yan. So by 5:30 p.m., no more patients. By hook or by crook.
Kahit na may...
na siguro depends rin. Pag hindi naman urgent. 5:30 p.m. closed. So that he can drive home to the family and still spend time. Sa school, give a cut-off sa studies. I mean, don't study like 24 hours kasi hindi mo rin naman ma-absorb yun. And then set a day in the week na ikaw lang. Me time. Go binge on your favorite movies.
Go meditate.
Go meditate. And meditation doesn't have to be like, it's just you. And just be
You
quiet.
and your own space.
Exactly. So, I think it all starts there to realize these things. Self-awareness kasi is key eh. And then you start growing.
And then also, I guess, Doc Gia, that we are very imperfect people and we will always grow and evolve and take in whatever comes your way.
That's true.
With a positive attitude.
Yes, that's true.
Well, we're wishing everybody, of course, a good 2019.
Yes.
And a New Year's resolution should not just happen during the New Year, but
every day.
Doc Gia, maraming salamat po sa inyo. Happy New Year to
Thanks,
you.
Vicky. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Coming up, a country is claiming that Santa Claus is their most famous citizen. That's for today's In Focus.